As of right now, as of the moment I speak, the Seattle Mariners have the fourth best record in baseball. They are 54-31. They are half of a game back behind the Houston Astros in their division. The Astros are 55-31. And the Mariners are on a 7-game winning streak as of right now. Tonight they play at 7 o'clock. We'll see if that changes. But even though the Mariners are having a ton of success, I have no faith. I have zero faith. I will believe it when I see it. I have a theory that because of the positioning in the country, the Mariners simply cannot be a successful baseball team. If you're not aware, the Mariners have the longest running playoff drought in the 4 major sports in America. Between the NHL, baseball, basketball, football. The Seattle Mariners have the longest running playoff drought. I've been alive for 21 years. I've never been alive at the same time the Mariners were in the playoffs. They have never been in the playoffs while I have been living on this planet. And here's a big reason. I think the Mariners fly more than any other team in baseball. They travel more than any other team in baseball. Here's some stuff for you. First off, the Mariners are the most isolated team in baseball. It is 677 miles from Safeco Field in Seattle till you get to the next stadium in baseball, next closest stadium in baseball. That is more isolated than any other baseball stadium in America. It's also interesting that in 2017, for example, the Mariners flew the third most miles in the entire major leagues. They flew 45,129 miles. That was third to only the Oakland A's and the Angels. And it's worth noting, so teams in the middle of the country fly about, on average, around 25,000 miles a year. And East Coast teams, because of the close proximity in the East Coast, fly about in the low 30,000s. West Coast teams fly the most. And again, remember, Seattle is the most remote place in Major League Baseball. And I just think the travel wears them down. If it's up to me, my prediction is that the Mariners will wilt towards the end of the season. They fly more than anybody else. They're the most isolated team in baseball, and I have no faith. I think flying is exhausting. I think traveling is exhausting. I have no faith. Even though the Mariners are incredibly successful, I'm curious if my theory is right. Can the Mariners ever win? Because I think they simply travel too much. We'll see. Time will tell. I might be wrong. I hope they make the playoffs. I'm not a Mariners fan anymore. I gave up on them, but it would be cool to see them be successful. However, I have very little faith because every single year they taper off at the end. And I think it might happen again this year. A story to watch, a story to be interested in. I'm interested in, will the Mariners wilt at the end of the season because they travel too much? Or will they keep it up and make the playoffs? Time will tell. They have the 4th best record in baseball. The odds are against me. I'm probably more than likely wrong. But we shall see. Currently, I have no faith in the Mariners. All right. Thank you for watching this video. Remember, if you like it, you can subscribe to Strong Opinion Sports on iTunes, on SoundCloud, and on YouTube. You can find the full entire hour-long podcast on YouTube. And if you really like this podcast, help me grow Strong Opinion Sports by telling your friends about the show on Facebook, on Twitter, whatever it is. Help me grow Strong Opinion Sports by telling your friends about this show. Bye.